Welcome back, my bass-loving friends. If you like beats that make your spine wiggle, then this is the place for you. I'm Scylla, and this is The Drop Spot. So today, if you hadn't already guessed by the title, we are diving into one of my favourite corners of drum and bass. It's deep, it's weird, it's halftime. I've lined up 10 of my absolute favourite halftime tracks. Again, this was hard just to pick 10. They are all guaranteed to make you pull the dirtiest bass face. Alright, before we dive into the actual heaters, I just want to have a quick chat about what halftime actually is. Just for the new bass heads out there, it is just a subgenre of drum and bass. I remember when I first heard it, and I didn't really know much about like music theory or subgenres, I thought it was dubstep, and a lot of people confuse it with dubstep. So basically it's like drum and bass that's just been slowed down, but it hasn't actually been slowed down because it generally runs around the same BPM as drum and bass does. If that's confused you, then I'm sorry. So basically you take the same BPM, instead of those fast like skittery drums, skittery is probably not a word, but you know what I mean. You get sort of a slower, head noddy sort of rhythm. So the snares usually hit on the third beat, which is your classic halftime structure. And the reason some people think it sounds a bit like dubstep, I think it's, or like I would say not even dubstep, it's like if drum and bass and minimal dubstep, so like 140 had a baby, then it would produce halftime, basically. So you'll tend to hear influences from trap, hip-hop, dubstep, and even a little bit of jungle, maybe some dancehall. But it's all filtered through this really gritty, experimental sort of lens. But yeah, it's weird and it's heavy, and that's why I like it. So let's get into it now that we've nerded out a little bit. Track number 1. We are kicking things off with one of my favorite, not just halftime tracks, but actually just one of my favorite tracks to date. And it's called SAWTOOTH, and it is by Reaper. It's basically one of those tunes that just grabs you by the throat in the first 10 seconds and doesn't let go.
Baseline buzz up, about to rip your face off.
So that is SAWTOOTH. Oh my gosh, guys, I literally, how dirty is that track? How filthy is that track? It's one of those that like, it gets me really hyped. It's definitely on my gym playlist, but also, I don't know, it's just good for every occasion. If you just want to feel a little bit like, a bit tough, which I'm the least tough person, but like, if you want to feel tough, listen to SAWTOOTH by Reaper. So we're going to stay on a roll, and we are going to go to our next tune. This tune's actually pretty, I say it's special to me. So I first heard this tune at the very first drum and bass event I went to, and it was in Falmouth in Cornwall, and it was at a club called Mangoes. And I think it was this DJ called Jack the Ripper. I'm not actually sure if he's still about, but it was Jack the Ripper, and it was like, it was my first proper experience of drum and bass. Obviously it was just like a little club event. There was hardly anyone there. First time I stuck my head in a speaker. Also, if you're new to raving, don't do that. It's dumb. Don't put your head in the speaker. But you can, I'm just trying to paint you a picture. And I actually was with a friend who unfortunately is no longer with us. And we heard this song came on, and honestly, we both just looked at each other and we were like, what the fuck? And I remember her, and like all the time, anytime we heard that song after, she'd be like, you gotta get fucking low, and she'd be on the floor just skanking her head off. And it was, I just remember that moment so clearly. It was it was just such a good night. Anyways, we didn't actually know the tune at the time, and this is like way back when I was like 17. So I don't even know if Shazam was a thing, or if it was, I didn't know about it. And we wanted to find this tune so bad, and we could just remember it was like that is the only part we knew. And we went around college literally going up to any person who we knew listened to drum and bass, and we were like, do you know this song, we need to find the song. And eventually, shout out Luke Scudamore, he turned around, he was like, yeah, I think that's Sunday Crunk, the Mefjus remix. And we were like, and he played it off his phone, and honestly, we lost our freaking minds, as you can imagine, because like no better feeling when you've been looking for a song for so long and you finally find it. And it's just, yeah, I remember that very clearly. It's a bit of a core memory for me. So yeah, like I said, this is Sunday Crunk, the Mefjus remix, and genuinely, I just said SAWTOOTH, or maybe I'm gonna say this at every track that I played today. Like I said, I really like Halftime, but this tune is just, it's just, there's no track like it, I personally feel. And obviously Mefjus just did what Mefjus does and smashed it. He's probably one of my favorite producers of all time. So yeah, if you haven't checked out Mefjus, go do that. Sunday Crunk. Tits, guys, that is one tune I swear I could just listen to on freaking repeat over and over, and I just wouldn't get bored. Oh, it just makes me feel a certain kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Like, also, actually, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. If you're listening to these through shitty speakers, I would highly recommend listening on either good speakers or good headphones. You need it for the full experience, I feel, because Halftime is so dark and dirty. It's like listening to 140 on shitty speakers. It just wouldn't give you the same effect. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that in. So if you listen to that for the first couple without, go back. I insist you go back. So yeah, that was Sunday Crunk. Like I said, that has a special place in my heart, but also it's just a fucking banger. All right, next up, this will probably be, if anyone thinks of Halftime, I think most people, this will be the first track that comes into their head, because it's like a culture classic. It's like, even as I'm saying this, I feel like there's some people who are going to in their head be like, I know which track she's about to play. And it is Marka by Phizix and Skeptical featuring Strategy. And Strategy's vocals on this are just like, just silly good though, not silly stupid, silly good. I can't silly doesn't feel like a word anymore. But yeah, if you've ever found yourself doing a low skank with a pint in your hand, it was probably to this tune. I feel like that's maybe a shared experience among quite a few ravers. So yeah, this is Marka by Phizix, Skeptical featuring Strategy.
Anytime me drop, me go put on a marker. If it no money, say where them bad attack for. Them a try fi hold up a bank with a banana. Yeah, we pretty whole thing panorama. Holy pa gun time to the baby wanna drama. To the baby wanna. We a kill them a block again. Got the things unlocked again. Them a take 10 shots and again. Them on a old pants on them again. Man a dash them a light them again. Recover that iPad again. Man a ready for the war. If it comes on top, coming out feel frightened again. We a kill them a block again. Got the things unlocked again. Them a take 10 shots and again. Them on a old pants on them again. Man a dash them a light them again. Recover that iPad again. Man, I'm ready for the war. If it comes on top, coming out, feels frightened again. We a killer, but block again. Got the things unlocking again. Double take 10 shots and again. Man, I old pants on them again. Man, I dash them, I like them again. I cover that iPad again. Man, I'm ready for the war. If it comes on top, coming out, feels frightened again. We a killer, but block again. Got the things unlocking again. Double take 10 shots and again. Man, I old pants on them again.
Still unmatched. It's gritty but minimal, and the dub version hits even harder. Just saying. Up next we have a fantastic one. It is a Noisia remix, and it is called Divide and Conquer. And if I were to describe this song, I'd say it's like getting chased by sentient machinery. Oh, that mid bass though. That mid bass though, guys. Oh, I've got like goosebumps. So good. I really hope there's someone listening to this now that has never heard of Halftime, and I really hope this is the start of their journey. So up next, guys, wasting absolutely no time, we have got a track by Kumarion. Kumarion? I've actually done well at pronouncing things so far this episode, but I think that's how you say it, Kumarion. Kumarion. Anyways, this is called Want It, and Kumarion, I already love all the music he has ever produced ever. He kind of makes that like I want to call it like minimally sort of jump up, and like, oh yeah, I'll have to play some more of his tracks in future episodes, because like he's just a real talented producer, and everything he makes is just so clean and like crisp and funky almost, you know, like bouncy. That's the only ways I can describe it. He's really, you know, there's like certain producers and you could hear a track of theirs, and without knowing it's theirs, you'd be able to say, oh, that's this person, even if they're all different, but they've just got that certain pizzazz. You know, pizzazz is probably not the right word, but I feel like Kumarion is one of those producers. He's just got such a unique style to his production, I think. And yeah, it's a vibe. It's a real vibe.
Give it to me like I want it.
So that was Want It by Kumarion. Oh, guys, if you don't like that song, I actually don't know if there's any help for you. Not joking. But like, does that not actually just give you like shivers head to toe? Like I said, if you're not listening to that on like decent speakers or decent headphones, then you are missing out on the actual experience of it, I swear to God. Kumarion is actually one I've not seen live yet, so I really want to go and see him play a set at some point. So Kumarion, if you're watching this and you're not upset that I've butchered your name, if I butchered your name, please come to Australia, more specifically Perth, because I will be front and center. Actually, I won't be front and center. I'm much more of a back of the rave gal now. I like having space to dance. I think I used to just find it fun being all crammed up at the rail, but now I'm like, nah, I just want to dance. I want space. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, bloody Want It. It is just clean. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just clean. It's groovy. It gets you bopping. If you're not bopping to that song, I think you actually might have something wrong with you. Just saying. All All right, so now we're getting into weird territory, my favorite kind of territory. Up next, we have one by Posij. And again, is that how you say it? Posij? That's how I always say it. I feel like maybe I was more confident at the start of this episode. Now I'm doubting myself. Posij, anyways, it's by Posij and it's called Hella Sideways, which like, iconic name for a track, really. And it kind of sounds like your brain's just being like slowly scrambled, but in a good way, if you can imagine that. And I feel like Posij is the best at creating grooves and beats that shouldn't work, but they absolutely do. That is Hella Sideways by Posij. There are certain sounds, I've said it before, and that little like that's not how it went, but you know what I mean. You probably don't actually. And what I like about that one as well is it runs a little bit slower, so that's actually at 160 BPM, which obviously drum and bass is usually between 170 and 180, and or like half. Runs at 160, which is just a bit slower, but I like that. I think it gives it that real groove, you know, and it kind of gives the mid bass just like, it feels like it gives it more space to sort of do its thing, if that makes sense. I can see it in my brain, but putting that into words is hard. So enough of me trying to explain the workings of my brain. Up next, we've got Midnight Dub by CLB. This, honestly, is just, it almost feels cinematic, is the best word I can find for that. Again, this needs, like, you need some sort of sub going on with your speaker set up or your headphones set up, else you may as well just not listen to it. CLB is also an artist. I need to check out more of their stuff, because this was my first impression of them. Slaps. That was Midnight Dub by CLB. Guys, I love in that as well how simple the drums are. The kick is just hard as fuck, but I love how simple the drums are because I love a little wobble bass. You know, like in Terrence and Phillips' D&B Religion, that like, and it's like, woo. That's a brain scratcher. That is a brain scratcher, and I get the same feeling with that tune. I love that is the real focal point. I think it's just chef's kiss. Next up is one that I reckon a lot of people will probably be pretty familiar with. So this is Supersonic, but it's actually Skrillex's VIP. So the tune is originally by Skrillex, Noisia, Josh Pan and Dylan Brady. But yeah, this is the VIP that Skrillex did of Supersonic. Stupid. It's actually stupid. So it kind of takes the halftime moments from the original track, but just like leans in leans into it. And this for me is like a late night drive sort of tune. It's just iconic. I love the vocals. Those vocal chops are just like haunting, but in the best possible way. And that beat, I love it. I love it. It's literally just like unreal energy. And that's actually a track I've never heard played out of a big sound system. And I need to, because I need to feel it. I want to feel it in every part of my body, like top to tail. I need to feel that song just go whoomp. So yeah, if anyone ever puts that in a set and they know that, hit me up. I'll travel just to hear that out of sound system. Best believe. So we're nearly at the end now. We've got 2 tracks left. Our next track is called Temple, and guys, I actually can't even be blamed for not knowing how to pronounce this. So it's spelt Mlotik. So like the only way I can imagine it being pronounced is like Mlotik. Say that 10 times fast. But yeah, it's called Temple by Mlotik. And it almost feels tribal and like ancient to me. Like you've just plucked it out of some, I don't know, ancient ritual sort of thing. I think because like there's quite a lot of reverb maybe on the drums. It feels very echoey. It's giving cave. It's giving cave, tribal, ritual. Do you know what I mean when I say tribal? Like, you know, the kind of that's giving rattlesnake, and then like there's some other sounds that kind of make me think like crickets, frogs. Like it's giving cave in a rainforest. Do you know what I mean? Like I mean that in the best possible way. It's giving, like it just, do you know what I mean? I hope people agree with me on that and don't just think I've gone a bit loopy. So we have almost hit the end of my top 10 halftime tracks. So last but definitely not least is a track called Lef Dem by Sam Binga and Redders. Now I'm a big Sam Binga fan. I'm a big Redders fan. So I love when they collab on tunes because they always just slap so freaking hard. And this one is absolutely no exception to that. I feel like Sam Binga always brings like that sort of bouncy element to his tracks. I know I say that about a lot of people, but him especially, I feel. So I feel like this one has real dancehall DNA, but the halftime structure, which makes it different, stands out, and plenty of attitude as well. And also recently Spectral did a remix of this tune, which absolutely slaps, so check that out.
But I am me from Varna, with a slow or faster, man's in it, till it get darker. Ha, on par with the rest of them cunts. Left them in the larder, nah break for no nada. Test them, in a test them, but they can't test me from Varna. Don't know I go harder, smarter, when I'm gonna go faster. Ha, cause they hurt them, they ain't got no hard blood. Left them in the larder, head no good, no nada. Hear them and they hear them, but I am me from Varna, with a slow or faster, man's in it, till it get darker. Ha, on par with the rest of them cunts up banana. Yeah.
Like, how good is the percussion on that track? How good is the percussion on that freaking track? And also the little breaks they've got in there as well, just to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just got those other flavors that I feel like you don't always hear in halftime, and it just works. It works so well, and that is why it made the list, because what a banger. What a banger. So that is a wrap on my selection of halftime heaters. As always, is that if there's any tracks that you think should have made the list, then make sure to comment them down below, because I really want to hear new music always. I've said that before. I love discovering new shit. So, and I want this to be a community. I want us to all share songs and dance in the meadow and go la 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 la. Also, follow the drop spot on Spotify and you will be able to hear all tracks played in this episode, all tracks played in last week's episode, all tracks played in every episode all the time. Just go and follow that if you want new music, because I will be constantly updating that playlist to keep it up to date. That's what updating means. If you're loving this, then please follow us on socials, subscribe, like, all that stuff. Tell your nan. Just like, yeah. It would mean the world to me. So yeah, please do. I feel like I'm begging. It feels wrong. But also don't. If you don't want to, don't. You do you. Do what makes you happy.